everyone and welcome back to my channel Reverie Writer. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about my journey when it comes to tracking and making monthly planners and kind of going into that entire foray. I have personally never been someone who uses a concrete monthly planner or any kind of planner for that matter. I've also never ever used a habit tracker before. I would end up doing things at a very spontaneous moment or usually wait till the deadline, just being very honest. I decided to make this video after almost a month or so of me trying to use these planners because I wanted to see what the experience of a first timer would be to get into this idea of tracking your habits or making a schedule for the entire week, and how plausible is it to actually stick to all of this. I'm going to be showing you some of the planners that I have been using over the past 2 months and what my experience has been. So let's get down to it. First planner that I ever really purchased for myself was this Tiny Change planner.
So the planner costs around 799 rupees and you can easily get it from Amazon, and it comes in a really good leather kind of a cover. And if you open the planner, the first few pages, almost 20% of the planner is all about long-term goals ranging from 5 years to even 10-year plans. But as you progress, they slowly spread onto a monthly scheme and eventually you get a weekly spread. As you can see in these pages that I have left a lot of places blank simply because I couldn't go through with all my plans, which is okay. For a first timer, I think one shouldn't beat themselves up. But the good thing about this planner is that it is undated and you can tweak things according to yourself and based on which month or week you want. And it also has some little snippets like quote of the day or even challenge of the week that really keeps you gripped to the entire idea of doing a weekly planner. And if you move on, then they have also curated a couple of lists that you can fill on your own as well as take cues from them. So overall, I think it's a good thing to check out.
I must admit, this is a very complex and very cohesive kind of a planner. It has a lot of features, things which definitely put an entire perspective to the next year or so. And I don't know how feasible it is for a first timer. I think I jumped into this way too soon. Also felt a little overwhelmed using this. So it's very interesting, but I feel that for someone who's never used a planner before and for someone who's never really done any kind of formal planning, this does take some time getting used to. But once you get a hang of it, and especially for like business persons or people who have a really hectic schedule and are juggling with like multiple things, this is extremely good. Like, I would definitely recommend it for someone who's used to the whole idea of schedules and planning stuff. Second journal that I decided to keep was again a monthly spread. This is an undated monthly spread from Muji.
So this particular planner came for around 150 to 200 rupees. Again, very cheap. And the best part is that it's completely undated and is very minimalistic in terms of its design. So you actually have the freedom to do a lot of creativity and plan things based on what you feel is the best for you.
It is very aesthetic, I must admit. It kind of gives you the freedom to kind of tweak the entire month or the week based on your aesthetic. I personally feel this was much more convenient and much more easier to use than the Tiny Change planner because I didn't feel that this was too overwhelming. I just felt these are a bunch of boxes that I can fit on my own and I didn't necessarily have to adhere to it. But for some people, the whole idea of sticking to a plan really motivates them. So if this is the kind of thing that you would really like, then go for it. The third book that I'm using to track is basically a small bullet journal. I got this for like really cheap. I got it for like 200 bucks for like two of these, and they are like I think 200 pages or so. Page quality is really nice, and this is from the company Factor Notes. It gives you, of course, an entire field of making your own trackers. Must admit, I wasn't very good at tracking my habits. I did make a journal, like I did try and track my stuff, but I ended up not following it the way I wanted to, and I think that's okay. Sometimes things work for you and sometimes they don't. So I tried going into the whole facade of trying to see what a habit tracker looks like or how convenient it is. But I don't think tracking habits is something that really works for me, and that's okay as well. So eventually I think that I'm going to use these notebooks for other stuff, but I will still give it a try. It's just February, the end of February, so I'm going to like give it a try for one more month, and probably also because I have my exams going on, so maybe I'm a little more messed up than usual. I will give it one more year. I'll give it one more month, March, and if it doesn't work for me, it doesn't work for me. I am also using a fourth notebook. This is just a normal handmade notebook that was gifted to me, and this is like my list book. Now, one reason why I'm using this list book is because I felt that in the past year, especially in 2020, I have binged on a lot of shows and a lot of movies, and to the point that I don't even remember half of the things that I saw. And as much as I enjoy binging on Netflix or Amazon or whatsoever, I realize that if I write it down or if I keep a track of the things that I've seen or read or watched or whatever, I would be more aware of the kind of media that I'm consuming. So I don't want to feel lost, and that's why I just took a plain notebook. You don't have to use anything fancy, you don't have to like go over the top and buy expensive journals or whatsoever for this. Just get any clear any plain old notebook that you have lying around and start making a list. Like, this is my list for the books that I need to read for the year 2021, and similarly I've also made a list for all the shows, all the TV series that I'm watching, as well as the movies that I either want to watch or have already watched. I feel when you make a list of this sort, your brain is more aware of the kind of media that you're consuming, and eventually in the longer run, you'll also not feel guilty of spending too much time either watching series and not enough time in reading books. So I think this kind of a list book, which is literally the name that I've given for this, is really puts things into perspective, and I definitely recommend you start tracking the kind of media that you're consuming. These are the overall books and journals I'm using. I know these are a lot, and a lot of people actually on YouTube recommend that you stick to just one notebook so that it's not overwhelming. I tried that with this, and that really didn't work for me. I felt that if I use different notebooks for different purposes, that will be much easier for me in terms of segregating my work. It's been much more convenient to use 4 books at a time because I know what book I have to use at one given point, and I don't feel that all my information and all my plans etc. are just segregated into one book. If you think you're someone who likes to have everything in just one place, so go for that, but this was my recommendation. I feel that a lot of us, especially like someone like me, when I go on YouTube, I see all these trends going on with regards to study planners, or using fancy washi tapes to make sure that your planner look really nice, whatnot. But I feel that if you truly want to like sort your life and your schedule out, don't get into all of that. It's good if you do and if you can naturally, but I made a conscious effort to not get into aesthetics and to make sure that my entire focus and my entire agenda is to actually get things done than make my planner look beautiful. In real life, I think none of that works. Just a plain paper and a pen and a list is all that you need to start your journey into planning and tracking your habits. You do you, and don't get overwhelmed is what I'm trying to say. So I hope you liked this video. This was a very quick, spontaneous video that I made. If you have any other recommendations on what you would like to see or how I plan things out, definitely comment down below, and do like, share and subscribe so that this channel can grow. And I am so grateful that the channel is finally taking off the way I wanted it to. So I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.